Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner boxing 24. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Sunday afternoon, beautiful day outside New York City. Hope everybody doing pretty good. Doing pretty good on this side as always. God is great. God is good. You know, I put this shirt on today and I didn't even realize. I remember because I went to this fight, Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez Jr. And I went to this fight and but then as I was putting the shirt on, I said, wait a minute, this fight was July 30th last year. And look, a year later, we get Bud Crawford and Spence Jr. I'm like, wow, look at that, man. Deep. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm not going to Vegas, I'm not going to the fight, but I just thought it was crazy that I'm putting this shirt on today and I'm going to talk about Bud again and I'm going to talk about Earl Spence because, you know, the buzz is out there. And it seems like people don't want to, you know, leave it alone. And that's cool because, you know, this is the fight that we want. This is the fight that we've been wanting. Not 5 years ago. It's not 5 years too late. Let's not get it twisted because Bud Crawford became a welterweight in 2018. He came in the door beating Jeff Horn after Jeff Horn had a controversial decision against Manny Pacquiao. So it's not 5 years too late. All right? He had 6 fights as a welterweight before getting to Errol Spence, and they all were stoppages. Okay? So he got Amir Khan, he got Jose Benavidez Jr., he got Amir Khan, he got Kell Brook, he got Sean Porter, and he got Evan Neeson. And a lot of you think that he was knocked down by Mean Machine Kavalauskas. I tell anybody, you don't have to believe what I say. Go back and watch the fight. He caught him with the right hand. Bud grabbed him and he pushed him down. That caused the knockdown. I mean, that caused him falling down. It wasn't a knockdown. That's why it wasn't ruled a knockdown, because it really wasn't. He didn't hit him and he fell down and he dropped him. No. Bud grabbed him, he pushed him down, and then he went down. So it was not a knockdown, okay? Because he caught his balance and he grabbed him, which is the right thing to do. Okay, it's just that he was pushed down. Unlike Floyd Mayweather getting cracked by Shane Mosley, he grabbed him and Shane Mosley just was trying to get him off. He didn't push him down though. Otherwise he would have went down the same way. Okay, so that's what happened with that. All right, but anyway, it was not 5 years too late. We're getting the fight at the right time. You could, maybe you want to say maybe 2 years ago, I could go with that, but it's not 5 years too late. It's happening at the right time. Again, a year after Benavidez and Danny Garcia, right? So, you know, again, I point you guys to the information. Go back and watch Blood, Sweat, and Tears when when Sean Porter and Bud Crawford was getting ready to fight. Go back and watch it instead of listening to people say that Porter said he wasn't prepared, he didn't train like he trained for Errol Spence. Then why did you take the fight? Why say that now or whatever, if it is true? But he's not even saying that. Because when you go watch the Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and I'm going to repeat this again so you guys can know, and again, go watch it. You don't got to believe In This Corner Boxing 24. Go back and watch it, man. I welcome you to do that. Sean Porter said, and I quote, "I'm the only one that could beat Bud Crawford. And he knows that if he beats me, nobody else can beat him." That's what Sean Porter said. He said he's the only one that could beat him. So now if you want to say that he wasn't mentally prepared for the fight, I could give you that, but then that can't hold no weight because that's your preparation, not his. That has nothing to do with him. Because if it was mental, then maybe you thought about it and you said, wait a minute, I'm getting ready to fight Bud. Bud is a killer. He stopped everybody since he's been in this division, man. Just came in the door and he stopped everybody. And now I got to fight him. Maybe I should have just got out of here after Errol Spence. I could give you, that's the most I could give you on that. That's the most I could give you, Sean Porter, and the fans and people that just want to be an Errol Spence fan and just be like, okay, that's what it was. You can't take away from Bud's win, no matter how much you try, because of the way he stopped them, bro. It's the way, it's the punches. It's the punch selection. And He was down in the fight. He did start very, very slow. That's the slowest he's probably started. Yeah, he's a slow starter, but that was very slow for him. And I don't believe he's going to do that with Errol Spence. But if it takes him 2-3 rounds to process Errol Spence, that's okay too, because in the interim, that don't mean that Errol Spence is going to have his way. It does not mean that. It just means that Bud's going to be processing him. He's going to be moving. He's going to be making him miss. He's going to be blocking. He's going to be touching him a little bit. But then when he really see where he's coming with, and he understand what happened in the Ugas fight, which is part of the blueprint, then, and I ain't going to say no more, but Bud is going to pick it up, man. He's going to process it because he got to be in the ring with him no matter what happened with Ugas or Sean Porter or anybody else. Even though I could point to Sean Porter and say, well, he roughed him up, he jumped into him, he went forward, he kept him, back him up. Ugas caught him, buckled him, hurt him. I could say all of that, but Bud still has to go in there and process what he needs to do in a fight with Errol Spence. And he's a quick thinker. Like Julian Jackson said, former middleweight, the Hawk. Julian the Hawk Jackson said, he said, Bud is quick on a draw. He's a quick thinker. He's quick on his feet, quick on the movement. And that's what you're going to see. Counterpuncher. Okay? Say what you want. But nobody has denied that Bud got snapped on his punches. And when you got snapped on your punches, that means that they're effective. No, he don't throw a lot of punches. Neither did Floyd Mayweather. But he threw accurate punches. Is that correct? Okay. Bernard Hopkins didn't throw a whole lot of punches, but he threw accurate punches. Middleweight champion. Most title defenses, right? So, I mean, come on, man. Let's just keep it real. All right? So, if Sean Porter wasn't mentally prepared and physically his father didn't see things that he wanted to see, it's nothing that Bud can do about that or anybody else. They still went into the fight. They still took the fight. And it is what it is. Okay? You can't take anything away from Bud for that. You can try, but you can't diminish his skills, bro, and what he brings to the table. Okay? But I know what Sean Porter said. Go watch the Blood, Sweat, and Tears. All right? He also talked about the punching power of both. And, you know, he got respect for both fighters at the end of the day. But when you look at the punches that he got hit with as opposed to the fight with Errol Spence, and even still, right? He gave Errol Spence the fight of his life. And if it wasn't for that knockdown, that fight would have been a draw or could have went to Sean Porter. But once Bud realized what he had to do, even though it was a little bit late, but it wasn't too late because he still stopped him, but even though he took a lot of rounds to do what he had to do, he did it quick. Bam! That was it. That's skill. That ain't got nothing to do with mentally prepared, physically prepared. That's just pure skill. Oh, let me go ahead and just, what? I'm losing? I'm down? Oh, man, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hit him with this. Because I already know what he's coming with. He can't hurt me. So, listen, man. It is what it is. Bud did what he had to do. All right? Errol Spence has always been a welterweight. No, pardon me. He started out at 154 for a few fights. Then came down to welterweight. But he's been a welterweight for most of his career, of course. And Bud came up from 135. So y'all that keep saying he's too small, all right, listen, y'all hold on to that. Because after the win, after Bud wins the fight, then hold on to it then too. He was too small, but he did it. And then when you get a chance and you go through your boxing history and you see all these short and small fighters that beat all these bigger fighters, see, I'm a boxing historian, so you can't tell me that. I know what I'm talking about. I know about Aaron Pryor. I know about Floyd Mayweather. I know about short fighters, man. I know about Sweet Pea that made it happen against bigger and taller fighters, stronger fighters, faster fighters. I know about Dwight Braxton, the Camden Buzzsaw, who gave Holyfield the hardest fight of his life. He said that was the hardest fight of his life. That's what Holyfield said. I didn't say it. 5'7". How big is Holyfield, man? I don't know his exact height. I think he's about 6'2". Come on, man. Muscle? against a 5'7" dude, you would think he would just overwhelm him. And he did win the fight, but the Camden buzzsaw, man, he landed some stuff on him. He said he was bleeding. Pissed some blood after that fight. So I'm just saying, come on, man. Small don't mean that's all. Small, remember that. Small doesn't always mean, or doesn't mean that's all. That's all you got. No. Small could mean I could beat you if you're tall, if you're long, if you're strong, if you're bigger, and if you're quicker. It's all about what I got in my toolbox. All right? So y'all hold on to that. Keep that energy. Like Shakur said, you weirdos, stay on that side. Okay? We over here working, we doing what we got to do. Y'all stay over there with that. Don't jump ship. It's a week left now. Not even a week left. Wow, 6 days. Stay on that side. We know what we got over here. Okay? Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Everybody let me know how you feel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.